10 all week, they said.
All right,
Yep.
tape is rolling, boys and
Yeah,
girls.
me and Spiffy are in the same
Get
area.
ready to do Monday.
What? Again?
Yeah, I hate it when that happens. I hate Monday.
Right. I don't know why you roll the tape so early. Things to talk about.
Need a little lead in. Quiet on the set, boys and girls.
Uh-huh.
Find out what happened to my, awning. My awning is gone.
Boobs.
With Jeremy Smalls.
$5.
Welcome to lunch, Chuck and Laz.
For your viewing and listening pleasure.
They can't read at all.
I don't know how easy it is to discern between that.
Welcome to lunch, Chuck and Laz.
Where the hell are they coming up with this crap?
Where nobody knows the hell is going on.
The time sink is real.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm doing nothing but standing on the lot. You know, I should be doing something.
I stand around for hours at a
Oh
time.
God, I can't tell you how many hours a day I'm just standing on the lot. I'm doing nothing but standing on the lot.
Yeah.
You're all using some kind of jargon that me no understand. Have to gently blow a ball into.
To a warm, fuzzy hole.
That's right.
Yeah.
Welcome to lunch, Chuck and Laz.
For your viewing and listening pleasure.
They can't read at all.
I don't know how easy it is to discern between that.
Welcome to lunch, Chuck and Laz.
Where the hell are they coming up with this crap?
Where nobody knows the hell is going on.
Yeah. I blame Laz.
It's all Laz's fault. That's right, it's all my fault. Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to.
That's right, bringing you our own brand of news right here inside Shroud Avatar. 5 days a week for your viewing and listening pleasure. Welcome to today's show, everybody. Today is Monday, August 28, 2017. We are a few days out from release 45, hitting the ether, as it may be.
But
On
hey,
Thursday.
don't forget, I mean, we still have lots of things to talk about on
You
the Release
know,
45 notes that haven't come out yet.
I'm really digging this as much as I'm still got mixed feelings about the whole thing, but digging the fact that yes, I can go into QA and I can come back out and I can tell you all about it because you can all access it now. Of course, we cannot stream it still. That's another whole different story. But
Can't take pictures of it and post it
That's
on the
right.
website.
What's the difference?
yeah. Is enforcement? I still think is tough on that, but yeah.
Well,
the community's great about that kind of shit. First off,
Yeah.
I don't think we've said a whole bunch, and I mean we say it all the time. Our community's friggin' awesome. We were talking about all sorts of stuff yesterday in the hospitalers meeting, and somebody had asked, about what happens to people who negatively comment on and show the game in a bad light, and I say we get rid of them, and they questioned me, and I'm like, what do you mean they don't do that? And I says no, you don't understand. This community will ostracize somebody before port will even get to them if they're that blatantly bad in the community. You know.
Hamstring.
Live by the golden rule, folks. D-bad. Can't share
Well,
enough with you.
I don't exactly agree with you, just because there are some people in the community that have a negative view of things, and yet we still support them.
It's called constructive
Well,
criticism.
yeah, it was. We've never bashed the guys and girls down at the office, have we? No, we've never done that.
Yeah, we do it all the
I don't
time,
know.
but still. But it's there.
And I tried to
the
explain that
yeah,
difference, you know,
Yeah, the most caustic and
being toxic.
toxic personalities people realize that they're just talking a load of shit anyways, and eventually they leave. So they remove themselves from the community, and even the ones that are still making comments about the game, it's really easy to see that the bullshit filter is extremely high, and people will turn around and call them out on.
Oh,
It's like,
absolutely.
dude, it's like, you're wrong about this. And
Now, of course,
it's
open debate, conversations, good heated discussion. Nothing wrong with that. You know, especially when it's something you feel strongly about in the community. But
yeah, I mean,
DK.
DK, yeah. But moving right along, is I don't even know how I got started on that.
I have no idea, because there's a reason that I stopped showing up to hospitaler meetings. I mean, it's okay.
But-
We won't even talk about that.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to get on that soapbox right now.
As hospitaler meetings happen every Sunday for those of you out there at 11 a.m. in the Shroud of the Avatar Discord, and all are welcome to attend. Of course, Skeggy Media put out a hospitaler video. Anybody's interested, and you can go out to his site and check that. But last night, I had a very interesting meeting with somebody in game. I was sitting at my inn, the Purple Dragon over in Sultan, and a new player come on up to me and said, "Hey, you know, I'm curious about your NBNN tag." And he proceeded to introduce himself. He was a co-host of This Week in Geek on the radio show, and they had Star Long on last night. I put a link earlier today in there for you folks, and it was just curious, you know, because they were doing an interview, and Star had mentioned in-game radios, and this guy decided to come try the game free. Happened to run into me, and we had a nice little pleasant conversation. So all sorts of great stuff happening out there. And if you want to listen to the Starlong interview, it's posted in our Discord chat for you guys to come and get with the actual marker where you can listen in and check that out.
Start listening. Yeah, I listened to it last night. I mean, it's a good thing. It's the Weekend Geek is actually kind of funny. You can always find those guys at twigradio.com.
Yes.
We wish them the best. We hope they decide to join our little community.
That would be absolutely fantastic. Of course, you know, this was who was it? It was Brian. He introduced Brian Held, and of course, if they want to come join our community and put that kind of stuff on the air, I'm more than willing to work with them. So,
Oh, absolutely.
it'd be great to have that kind of show floating around the airwaves here in game. But good to see Starlong talking about the radio stations and the things that are creative in this community. And community, that's how I got started on all this to begin with. Don't forget, the radios were a community project, and thanks to the community out there, we have such wonderful features in this game. So anyway, awesome praise on the community. Soapbox done. It's Monday, Jack. And yes, we have lots and lots of stuff to talk about.
Well, I don't know where we're going, since you're getting off on wild tangents that don't mean
Right?
anything.
The hell?
Yeah, so let's talk about my
Come on,
community.
had
experience
to
this
mention
weekend.
the guys over in This Week in Geek, you know.
Well, we also have to make sure that we let everybody know that we do have lots of players that are based in the Houston area, and we wish those people the best. We hope that they are not underwater like certain parts of the Houston area, or anybody that was in the path of Hurricane Harvey.
Yes, absolutely. Now, of course, you're in the Austin area. Real quick
Yes.
for everybody out there, what are the conditions like? Roads, rainfall,
Well,
all that good stuff for everybody out there before we get into this week's shows.
The Austin area received about 20 inches of rain, but you have to remember most of Austin is in the hill country, so thank hills. And so unless you're in a low-lying area, most of those areas, the
Drained
low-lying
off
areas
into
were the
lower-lying
Yeah.
areas. Yes.
yeah. So most of that it's already drained away. Right now, it is not raining, but that is projected to change to where we're still under flood watches until Wednesday-ish. So we
Just as a note, you guys get flood watches and heavy thunderstorms out there as well, though.
Yes, that's because we don't have a lot of topsoil out here, and it goes straight to limestone, and so there's nothing for the water to do other than pool on top of the surface.
And go someplace.
Yeah, and then rush somewhere.
But
So-
yes, for everybody out there, be safe, follow instructions, and of course, help your fellow neighbors out if you can. You know, anybody without power and got ice cream to share, make sure the neighborhood kids get it.
That's me, by the way.
Make sure Jack gets his ice cream
Yeah.
first.
Absolutely.
Speaking of food, geez, while we're at it, how was the feast yesterday?
Oh, the Game of Thrones feast.
The Game of Thrones feast that Heather of Cove had everybody drooling over with her Facebook pictures and all that good stuff.
Delicious.
I bet.
The meat pie is absolutely
I love
astounding.
the lattice bacon on top of the meat pie, man.
Yeah.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Where's the pictures at?
Well, you would have to have attended Hobloth and hung out with Heather of Cove.
Well, pictures of the lattice bacon
I
meat
know.
pie are on her Facebook page. But
Well, yeah, but Led Zeppelin doesn't have a Facebook account, anyways.
Need the recipe.
Hold on. Let me go find the pictures.
gonna get
real
us a
quick.
picture of the lattice bacon.
Yeah, because I was not prepared for that.
Ah, well, you know, who's ever prepared for a Monday like
Well,
this?
I love just like doing random things.
No script, folks. No script.
No script.
That's right. 5 days a week, totally live. Never know what the hell we're gonna do here.
Okay, so that is a meat pie. So beef and bacon pie.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Let's get this up on screen for everybody.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, looks good.
Just yummy.
Yeah,
Absolutely yummy.
I've got to go to copy link, paste, and then turn around and deal with access denied. What the?
How many of those?
You're not stealing any more of my pictures, damn it.
Yeah. So that is the meat pie that Heather made. Then let's see. The bread she took a picture of before it was actually cooked. The roasted root veggies. Who wants to see that? The lamb chops.
All look delicious. Just gotta say.
Yeah.
You only made one. What about the rest of this?
Yeah. SOL.
Torture.
Yeah.
Checks in the mail.
Yeah. You can come over and have some leftovers if you're really lucky. I'll even tell you where they're hidden. If you're lucky.
If
But that's
the
probably
cat
not
doesn't
gonna happen.
get to them first.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was delicious, I must say.
Absolutely. So you know what, Jack?
What?
Is They had some release notes out over the weekend. On
No, they
Friday.
didn't. They didn't have release notes.
They
They had
had
the
updates
updated the
notes.
avatar.
Updated the avatar notes. Those are release notes as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, you're right. They're not released.
Release notes come out on Wednesday or Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah. So updated the Avatar number 242 did come out this weekend with updates from the Crooked Shank and the Norgard garments, magic tricks, the release 45 telethon, the free trial ending in 2 days, and the hiring of the web dev, as well as the Elven Flash Cell and the contest winners and more.
Yes, they announced the trailer contest winners on Friday
Yes.
on the live stream, and yeah,
Yeah, but we do have pictures of the Crooked Shank by none other than the Energy Vortex List Rostov, including the mayor of Crooked Shank's office. And I think the Energy Vortex needs to become an honorary member of the Deco Divas.
you think?
Yeah,
He does some
possibly.
good work, doesn't he?
Yeah. The Deco Divas may or may not give their stamp of approval, especially with the picture of List inside of the last picture. I don't know if you see List or not.
Definitely dressed for it.
Yeah, she definitely dressed
He's
for
in
that
both,
picture.
in both of those pictures. No?
Well, yeah, well, she's behind the desk, and then
Who's that?
dancing next to the table.
Is that a list?
That is List.
Gee, you call it.
Crooked Shank. Where's the Crooked Shank?
Yeah,
Your
where is
pants, man. Come on.
Hey,
Yeah, yeah.
worry about
Or
this.
in the Verdantis region. We also have Fletcher, who has changed his forum nickname to Scat Hannah.
Really?
Scat Hannah.
Oh, really?
Wonderful.
I'll have to update that.
No longer the Skull Muncher, but now it's Scat Hannah.
Skull Hunter?
Yeah, it was
That
Skull
was the
Muncher.
Oh my god. Oh. I thought you said Hunter.
No. Troll Hunter was the guy that's working at that was Finn Staber.
Finn, yeah.
Yeah. But so Norgard guards are wearing some very Viking-ish clothing. Don't forget the yellows are due to in-game lore. If you're not familiar with that lore, you need to become familiar. And he also included some new Viking braids. And I'm wondering if he's going to go with the Viking let's shave the back of our head up and tattoo
Top
it.
knot.
Not the top knot. The Viking shave the back of the head for some odd reason. Top knot's a completely different culture.
It's on TV.
It's not just on TV. Scroto
That's
wears
on
a top knot
TV.
for crying out loud.
Vikings didn't look like that, man.
Now,
What
of
are you
course,
talking about?
I see some
Talking about-
cornrows in the female.
Yeah, you need to go onto Netflix and go watch The Norseman.
TV.
Okay,
Watch TV.
everybody should go watch The Norseman just because it's friggin' hilarious, and we can learn all about Led Zepp's assicle.
Oh, that. Yeah. Have not watched that yet.
Yeah, go watch Norseman. It's only 6 episodes. It'll take you a few hours, and you will be laughing. So we do have some magic tricks. Don't forget there is that preview of them. So I am clicking on
We're
play.
gonna roll the preview.
Yes, we are.
Waiting. Waiting.
And he is double fisting the endless rope.
It's a lot of sausage.
As well as the tuxedo t-shirt.
My leg can do that. Reverse. Reverse.
and then the poof, it's gone, huh? Nice.
Nothing on my sleeve.
Those look
Okay,
like
nice.
some great visual effects. So thank you to Gix and Damon Waldrop for providing those.
Very cool.
Don't forget, next week we do, or not next week. Or is it next week? Yeah, next week we do have the postmortem mini telethon. The few hours of
That is
Hey, here's
next
the desk.
Wednesday.
yes,
I
it
believe
is.
it's the 6th, isn't it?
Yes, it is the 6th.
Now, of course, this coming weekend is Dragon Con. Is it Dragon Con yet? That's right.
Ye-
Coming up this Friday,
That-
Saturday, Sunday, Monday in Atlanta. Dragon
That
Con
thing
gonna
that
be happening.
that thing that neither one of us are going to be attending this year.
Hey, don't count me
But-
out yet.
But at Dragon Con, don't forget that they are going to have 11 or 12 different,
Way too many panels.
yeah, way too many panels. 11 different panels between Star and Lord British. So if you are at Dragon Con, tons of opportunities to see both of them, and we do suggest that you go listen to the various topics that they are talking on, just because it will be kind of
Yes,
Talk-
always
talk cheap.
wonderful seeing, and of course, Star mentioned in Friday's stream, and this happened last year. Actually, several meals and pub crawls and other various adventures happened, but there most likely will be a player gathering dinner, which Star and Richard will both attend. So for those of you attendees, make sure you get in touch with everybody and get together with the plan, because hanging out with those guys is so much fun. That's all I got to tell you.
a ton of fun, and you learn a lot, and you can ask all kinds of random questions, and they will answer weird things.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I still can't believe that what's her name, Spec, asked about rubbing one out in space.
Hey, space poop. Yeah.
Well,
Hashtag space
yeah,
poop.
she actually asked about space poop.
Yeah, whereas my question was just, very simple. What's it like to have a rocket strapped to your ass and be blasted into space? Of course, which I was really not prepared for the answer, but it was pretty cool.
Ton of fun, and over way too quickly.
It's not quite as bad as you'd think was the answer. Then of course there was a half-hour story of how well protected you are and how the padding and the difference between going up in a Soyuz or a space shuttle. Richard knows all these details and stuff, and it was wonderful to be able just to ask regular questions, non-game related, and just listen to the tales he's got to tell.
So the funny thing is, you also have to remember Richard's dad was an astronaut, and
Yes,
so
absolutely.
After Richard rode up in the Soyuz, I'm sure that he was able to actually have a much more intelligent conversation with his dad about the experiences of going into space and what it's like.
Absolutely.
So
Dad's still alive, is he?
yes, he is.
Yes.
Wow.
So Owen Garriott is still alive.
How
and
old
kicking.
is he?
12.
What?
I don't know
Yeah.
that off the top, tell you the truth.
Yeah, I have no friggin' clue. Why would you ask that question? I mean,
80s.
Because he's Led Zepp, Of
Oh,
course.
right,
Who else is going to
yeah.
ask
Why
that
would-
question?
Why wouldn't you ask that question?
and then Lord British is going to pop in and say, yes, my dad is indeed 12 years old.
I imagine he's in his 80s.
Oh, wait. Did you see where over the weekend we were talking about like the weather on Saturday morning, and then Lord British just pops into the room in our Discord channel? Yeah. Scroll back.
What do you say?
I don't know. Scroll back.
Scroll back.
Scroll up.
Grow up 5 days, huh?
Owen Garriott is 86 years old, born in
Yeah,
1930.
Oh, wow.
I think
So there
one,
is
one
your
year
answer.
older. I'm 1 year older than Richard. So, His dad
Yep.
should be about the same as mine, which is dead, but yeah, 1 year older than Rich.
And he has a birthday coming up in November.
Yay.
Anyway, moving right along.
Moving right along. I mean, if we go in the proper order, don't forget that if you are a web developer and you're looking for a job and you want to work for Portalarium,
You want to work
There's
with
still-
that motley bunch of people up there on screen?
you too you can go to work with the craziness that is Portalarium.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, of
Then-
course, they introduced NFG Cat on Friday's live stream as well. So for those of you who want to get a peek at our new sound girl, you can also check out Friday's past live stream and meet the new girl.
NFG
Meet,
cat.
meet
That's right.
the new girl.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
And that's pretty much all the important stuff from the weekend update.
Yep. Free trial ends Wednesday, of course. And, Of course, you all know, if you haven't heard us tell you, QA is now open to the public. So don't forget to get in there, test out all that fun stuff, get to play with all the new stuff. Now, Spiffy, I hear you're playing with one of the new recipes.
Oh, here it comes.
Spiff isn't here. He's crafting.
Can't hear
He's
him.
crafting. He's crafting.
Playing with his
Don't
wood.
disturb him.
He's losing all his wood. Tell us.
But
Tell us.
Spiff is actively, and this is of course one of those interesting things. This allows people to prepare for the upcoming release. So he's actively working towards building his new pavilion, craftable pavilion, coming up in release 45. And we have a picture of that someplace, don't we?
Let me see.
I don't think we're allowed to share that. unless
that's
they've
right.
shared it.
What?
Yeah. Unless they've shared it, we're not allowed to share it.
I think they shared it.
That's what I was thinking. I was wondering if they had shared it yet, but
Yeah.
I don't
See,
think I've seen
I
that.
don't see it anywhere as of yet.
I've seen
That
a
is amazing.
picture in the forums, but I think it was still in the can't show it forums.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
But
You can show
we
it.
can tell you it looks freaking awesome.
It
And-
does.
And what does it take to make this bad boy, Spiff?
250 timbers and 50 granite blocks.
That's not too
Yeah.
bad.
What?
That's right.
Yeah, trees only have one piece of wood. How is that possible? Come on.
Well,
Fix
magic.
Man, one piece of wood out of a whole friggin' tree.
So speaking of recipes, updates, all that, where were we on the?
We were on the section that's called I don't know.
Yes.
Oh, that's it.
Let's see. It was
I want to say we stopped right around petty modes.
I want to say player housing.
Player housing.
Yeah, player housing. Because we have the cloaks' decoration, which was the last thing that we actually talked about. We didn't talk about the tenant ID on items, so now owners can mouse over and see who owns certain items. Are you still trying to find out
I'm
where
working
you're at?
on it. Yep, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I got a beat on it.
And I would like to thank Twitch for their auto-hosting blues with the fact that you start streaming and it doesn't automatically disconnect the auto-host. So,
Of
yeah.
course not. They gotta shove the commercials down your throat first.
No, which means that it didn't switch over to his live stream, is what he's saying. He's still playing the person he was auto-hosting.
Yeah.
Which should have been NBNN anyway, right?
I have no idea. I mean, I ended that like 10 minutes into the stream. Yeah, something like the first 10 minutes were auto-host, and then I finally, it's like, wait a second, that's odd. Why are you saying that? And then
Now, cloaks as decoration. Hot topic. People seem to be enjoying it already. And
Well, yeah.
according
Well,
to reports
Clipsy
from
talked
the
about
Deco
this.
Divas. Yeah, it's just
She talked about that on Friday. She loves that.
is great stuff, and I'm looking forward. I haven't played with it at all. I'll probably get in a little bit more this week.
Where do they go on the hat racks? Where do those things go?
No, you can hang
Well,
them.
you always hang cloaks on hat racks because then you hang your hats on your cloak racks.
Yeah,
They got cloak racks? I must have missed that. I must have missed.
No. What you missed on Friday is the cloaks are going to be hung up in the Japanese kimono style, which is kind of like with a wire through them, and
with
hang
a
it.
bamboo hanger,
Oh,
Yes,
which we get
clothesline.
to beat you.
Clothesline? Is that what you're saying?
something like that.
Perhaps some.
But we can always take the Led Zepp method, and don't forget hat racks are coming soon. We just don't know
Eventually.
when. Yes.
I thought they already put them in. Okay.
And of course, right under the tenant IDs is that Shogun Crafting Pavilion home that we were just telling you about, but we
That is
cannot show
craftable.
Let me see it. Let me see it.
Want to see.
You can go jump in the QA server, man.
Yeah,
and
right.
You can do it.
What for?
Hey, you gotta earn those kodos, man.
Yeah, 5 kodos, man.
That's right. I might have left it up on my lot in the test server.
Oh, okay, cool. Already got
And then-
one. So what did you do? Demolish Spiffco up over there, or you got another lot to test with?
No, I can put it in the bank. I use the magic mover.
Magic Mover. Okay. Yep, I forget about that all the time. Magic Movers. Love it.
Yep. Then we have some Pirate Galleon town homes. So it will be essentially the same size as the Lord Houseboat. Then
Have
more
you
ends.
seen some of the new boats that are in the add-on store? They look pretty spiffy.
Yeah, they look spiffy, but at the same time, I sold my Founder lots, most of them.
City size pirate galleon, huh?
Yes.
Most of them.
Jesus. That ain't gonna happen anytime soon.
And of course, there's a dry dock version, I believe, as well. No, or not yet.
Do you see dry docked version
No,
there?
I do not. Never mind.
Okay. But do you see more ends? Where there are more ends coming in?
Yes, more ends.
More ends. More ends. The Elven Village
Elven
and the
Village.
Obsidian Village. Now, the Obsidian Village comes automatically with the Bondage Dungeon, which should make a lot of people extremely happy. For the home deco, I believe everything comes in a purple crushed velvet with some blue lights for the
Supposed to be
Obsidian
red
Village.
lights. It's supposed to be red lights.
Black lights.
Black
Sorry,
lights,
black
purple
lights.
crushed velvet. There we go.
Yeah.
Window shopping. Amsterdam.
With red accents.
Now, of course, good news for all those people renting and homeowners.
What, you're going to be available to get your Obsidian Village bondage room at Laz's lot?
Well, that's beside the point. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll sell you the basement cheap. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about up next the number of decorations.
Okay, with the addition of the advanced aforementioned inn, players have been requesting ways to identify the individual rooms in these buildings, so we have created individual number decorations that can be placed above or adjacent to each room, and the wooden numbers can be crafted or the ornate ones can be purchased from the
So
add-on
we
store.
can actually have room numbers and addresses and
Room
all
numbers.
sorts of. Yeah.
I want to live on the
Oh,
13th
boy.
floor in room number
Card
13.
key. Give me a card key.
Yes. And they have added 8 clocks to the game, including grandfather, mantle clocks, and wall clocks.
We're gonna get a
And
wristwatch.
And all of the clocks have working hands that are aligned to New Britannian time.
Nude Britannia time.
So you too can figure out what time it is in game, Nude Britannia style.
We're gonna have to get a portable one.
I have a portable one. It resides in the bottom right hand corner of my
Yes, absolutely.
It's very, very portable. As long as I'm willing to carry my.
I tell you what, that clock is very important. Found out how important time is in this game over the weekend. We'll talk about that maybe in a minute.
Why'd you do that?
Well,
did you? Are you wearing your shroud yet?
I am not. I have yet to complete that, and I will tell you what.
Did you actually finish the love quest?
I did. I've got all 3 artifacts.
I got to say that you are number one.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Because
Thank you. I'm number one. I know.
I did make another feeble attempt to complete that quest. I mean, the last room this time had 2 Lich Archers, a skeleton mage, and a couple of skeleton footmen. And let's just say, yeah, I managed to pull them all.
Yeah,
Nice.
it takes a little work. That's all I'm gonna say.
You gotta do it by yourself, right?
A solo player instance should not have respawning.
But one of the things
respawning.
that I found was that this shit's tough. First off, I mean, we've been telling you this stuff's tough.
Level?
I will tell you that
level?
without help from friends in the community and every other way that I needed to find that information, I never would figure out. I mean, I'm halfway through, and I'm not even halfway through. I'm about a quarter way through the Shroud quest, and some of this shit is just stupid crazy. I would never have figured out in a million years some of this stuff.
Well, you haven't read most of the dialogue, so
It's substantial there.
yeah.
Is I found that several of the quests, which I mean, again are reported, but I didn't find that out until I got to a point and went, come on, this ain't working. The questies that were supposed to lead me someplace were just standing there with in their hands, and it took about 3 hours to finally get these suckers to go. And I don't know what caused the change. I mean, I had logged, I had changed, but some of these
randomly works.
Some of these areas that you got to go into are just ludicrous. I mean, you can't solo them.
Hey, aren't they single instance? Just you can go in. You can't enlist anybody, can you?
Yeah. Let me talk about that puzzle. That pole puzzle over at where is it, Granis, or it's just wherever it is.
I haven't done that yet, so I can't tell you.
I mean,
about that.
You know what? I've given up right now. I'm.
You got the loot from Granis. I was there.
What's that?
I said, you
No,
got the
there's
loot
a
from
there's a
Granis.
pole puzzle at one of the entrances to the places you gotta go, and I have neither the patience nor the time to sit and try and figure that one out at this point. So,
Isn't it somewhere?
what's that?
Didn't somebody write the steps down somewhere?
Well, you'd be surprised with all the people who've done it and everything out there. The amount of information that is available is severely lacking at this point, considering how many people that I know have actually completed all this.
No walkthroughs on YouTube, huh?
No, even the walkthroughs are shaky. They're either incomplete or,
Old.
or they're outdated, or, there's
they gotta-
6 hours of stream for what you need 2 seconds. I don't need to watch 6 hours of somebody bringing me from point A to point B to point C. I just need to pinpoint what I need to do at point C.
It's kind of like in one of those where you have the teleporter, and so I started watching the video, looking for, okay, here's the map. Never got to the map because he didn't share that out. But as soon as I heard him, it's teleporting you to different floors, and then I figured it out.
Yeah, that was an interesting one, but And I even tried jumping over the fence, jumping over the wall to bypass this other puzzle.
The teleporter, yeah.
And they're not having any of it, you know. I love when I get teleported into a room with slime, and you know, green level slime kills me. I mean, yeah, that's another one of my big complaints. You know, I go out to levels, and you know, we got green, yellow, red, orange, you know, for levels of difficulty, and I'm getting my ass handed to me still by green creatures that I should be killing with no problem. By the way, if your book says this should be easy for you, do not believe it.
Lies.
Do not believe it.
And I died 7 times yesterday.
tell
7
you.
times. Green stuff.
Oh, by the
But
way, you're,
fun nonetheless. Fun
So much for that
nonetheless.
10,000 experience. Boy.
It is one heck of a challenge, and I am working. How far are you, Spiff? Again, we were out together running some of those, and I mean that
I'm
was
a
some
little
crazy
further along
stuff.
than you are. I have all the pages, and I have 2 of the 3 lenses.
Yeah, I have 2 of the 3 lenses and 4 pages right now.
Oh, by the way, the Chamber of Confluence is not where the journal tells you it is.
Well, there's a lot of polish that needs to be done there.
Polish. That's not polish.
Yeah,
Well-
that's not polish.
There are places like where you get these. One of the things that we ran into over the weekend was that we couldn't figure out whether I had grabbed the proper piece from the proper place, and there's no way to identify it unless you were really meticulous and sat and wrote down, I got the bottom piece at this point. There's no reference point to say where you got that from. So if you don't realize where you got it from, then you got to go visit all 3 places trying it all over again, because there is no documentation saying, hey, the bottom piece, you found the bottom piece at this location. So
It wasn't updated in your journal.
no,
You gotta let go after that.
Did
That
you bug
mess.
report that?
all this has all been reported. That's how I found this all out.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, my book still tells me I have to talk to both Mara and Samuel about his ring.
There's several that haven't cleared, and again, I found all this
Sure.
out by the bug reports that are out there. But there
Oh, yeah,
is
there's-
documentation, but it's in bug reports.
There's tons of bug reports
There are,
about those
and
quests. Yeah.
So far, so good though. I've been able to manage to do it at my level, so I'm not complaining too
So-
much. But man, some of
I
these
think
puzzles-
Laz is really trying to make us stretch out the release 45 notes until next week.
No, not even next week. We got Thursday, and there ain't much left.
Well,
in the notes anyway.
then it becomes the real release 45 notes.
Well, yeah, exactly. And where we get to read this all over again.
Hey, we're talking about the quest here. Come on.
But yeah, some of the quests have just been. I mean, there's one where you got to do these jumping quests, and I tell you, on my old machine, never would have been able to do it. 'Cause I just couldn't jump on the old machine.
I stood there and I played Mario Brothers as he was trying to jump and kept falling in the
Brothers.
lava.
I remember the old machine. I think that was so damn funny.
Yeah. And I feel bad for people who are playing on older, slower machines due to some of these quests. I mean, I went some point in the game that was higher than I think ever have been just to find a switch. Just to have to go back down to hit another switch, to have to come back up and hit the switch again. Yeah. I like the intricacy of it, but I think it's really too deep.
You don't like the idea of platforming?
Dude, this thing was like hanging off a scaffolding by a thread that the squirrel was standing there on the rope holding, in his teeth. I mean, it was, yeah.
So you never thought about learning the blink spell?
The blink spell would have killed me.
A jumping potion.
How would the blink spell have killed you?
Dude, the
It
platform
won't
is like
work.
this big. What am I going to blink to? The
blink
thin
up
air?
anyway.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, thank you. No, blink doesn't help when you're walking on a rope this thin going up and you're already 300 feet in the air. Sorry.
all
you,
good, man.
you just die. That's all. That's all that happens. You just
Thankfully,
die.
I have the right rings. I have a frogkin ring to make extra long jumps, and I have a cat's grace ring. That if
So
I'm
you
up
can
there-
fall down.
So that I can fall down and hopefully not die. That's right.
Well, let me tell you, touch the lava, you're going to die.
Oh, I found that out. Yes. You can only swim in the lava for about
But
6 or 7
Wait.
seconds before you're dead.
But what I learned from Kroll is you're supposed to put your hand straight into the lava to pull out the magical weapon.
I hadn't gotten there yet, so I don't know.
You
But-
don't remember Kroll?
That Sequana Colossus, no, don't swim in the lava. That's a good hint for you.
I imagine your armor takes quite a hit too. Doesn't it?
I didn't even look, to tell you the truth, but
That enough dying.
let's just say I hope to finish the quests by the end of the week. Hope,
Maybe.
maybe.
Well, as soon as I can find a way to kill that last room,
What's the recommended level on these things here?
12.
No.
Literally, it's 80.
12?
Hey, if you
Yeah,
wanna
there
get-
is no real recommended level as far as
You can't
If you
do it
want
at
to get through
12.
Malice, you better be level 80.
is. Let's see.
80.
Let's see what my journal's telling me here on my current tasks.
Mine's telling me all kinds of things.
Death by misadventure.
Find out why Braemar has no ale. Yeah,
My misadventures in your
Because the
future. That's what
supply
it tells
chains
you.
have been cut off from Kingsport. Don't you know that?
I'm aware of that. And it still wants me to hire a boat and harvest, even though I've completed that entire quest line.
Oh,
Now
yeah, got
I
that
couldn't
too.
go any further without hiring the boat and finding one of the boatmen was a bitch also, especially since the boatman was named a fisherman. Yeah, who would have thunk?
Yeah.
Sat there for 10 minutes looking for a guy, and there's a guy sitting there fishing. Yeah, says fisherman, sells bait.
Well, I'm sorry to say, but if you look at the map, why do you have to hire a boat and harvest to get to across the water?
Well,
Yeah,
I didn't
cross-country
understand
and
that
Google.
either, because there's a overland boat that you don't even have to go into the town to get, right?
Absolutely.
You know,
And
so I didn't
so
get that.
I bypassed that.
I had to come back and do it. Yeah.
I mean, you bypass that.
He just
I s-
went straight to the source. You know, there are certain points where
I-
you can
I
actually
skipped that
bypass the
part.
little
That's
silly
allowed.
parts.
is it?
Yes.
Well, it better be allowed because I think it's awfully stupid unless the guy's giving you some critical bit of information that's absolutely necessary.
But
Yeah, don't stick
And-
your hand in the lava.
I got to
Yeah.
admit that some of the scenarios that I've been subject to were quite interesting. And some of the moral dilemmas towards the end really make you think. Do you tell this person this, or do you tell this person that? Do you know? And it's very unique, and I'm really digging it. But
Yeah, and you really need to tone
All
down.
right, Jack.
Who's
Jack's
with the
getting
move?
Jack's
Please.
getting impatient here. Jack, he's impatient.
can't hear
What do you
myself
wanna say?
think.
He wants to move on.
Moo cow. There we go. Uh-oh, Cobalt.
Cobalt fighter.
Like
And
that
it's going
weapon.
it's going to attack Laz.
Of
Triangles. Triangles.
It's standing next to me, but it's going to attack Laz if it's one that will fight.
So what time is it? I guess it is that time
it is
to move
it
on.
is way past that time to where we're supposed to talk about the NBNN app, which is available on all of your electronic devices. Just go to the Google Play Store, the Apple iTunes Store, or the Amazon App Store. Search for NBNN, Shroud of the Avatar, or Soda, and you should be able to find the NBNN app, which has all the best links to anything and everything related to Shroud of the Avatar. And if you have a website that you would like linked to it, you need to email nbnn.info, and Laz
That's
will
right.
eventually get it there.
All sorts of links on the website, also included in the app. Everything from Soda Map to Soda Help to podcasts to radio links and all sorts of other great help sites out there, including the NBNN Shrouded Avatar Community Calendar.
And that community calendar is hosted on nbnn.info. Just click on the calendar button, and that will take you right there. All times on the community calendar are Central Time in the real
All
world,
times
but
in
we
Vista.
prefer to refer to it as Nude Britannia Time.
Nude Britannia time.
Yeah, and since Laz has aggregated like 3 calendars related to Shroud of the Avatar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, way too many to count. I don't have enough fingers and toes for it.
He doesn't have enough to count all the calendars. You want your calendar added, just send me a link to your Google public calendar and we'll get you listed.
Yep. Don't forget, 12s and 6s around the clock. You do need to tune in your ether amplifiers to Radio Free Britannia just to listen to...
RFB.
You forgot a certain part of that.
That rocks.
Yes. You get to listen to 2 idiots interpret the news so you don't have to on a little show called Lunch with us.
What is
Yeah.
these guys?
At 2 p.m. on Avatar's Radio, Grumpy Old Gamer is going to be
GOG.
taking the alternative route. At 7 p.m. on WRFB,
WRFB. That rocks.
you can listen to Arius do the GMC Top 20 Countdown.
That's right. Happening
Eh.
tonight. Oops.
At 8 o'clock on Avatar's Radio, you've got Monday Nights with DJ Killy.
Get
At
it.
9 p.m., you need to go to the pub of Extraordinary Thought out in Verret Chaos. Don't forget, people were winning gold last week for hanging out and solving a murder mystery. Because you know what? All great adventures begin in a pub somewhere. So go to the pub of Extraordinary
You're gonna die.
Thought out in Verret Chaos for that weekly role-playing event. At 9 o'clock is going to be the Order of Vengeance Guild meeting, and the final event of the evening for this Monday, August 28th, is on WRFB,
WRFB. That rocks.
and that's the Record Room. And that's our community calendar in Shroud of the Avatar.
The Avatar. Absolutely. Good stuff going on out there in the community, in the world. Always check the calendar for the latest updates and happenings. Of course, there was a thread out in the forums about that. Somebody started listing some stuff. And he's like, man, I need a Google Calendar to keep up with all these events. Of course, I linked the NBNN Shrouded Avatar Community Calendar to that post. And he was like, hey, thank you. So you're welcome.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
right. All sorts of great stuff happening out there. And don't forget, if you need any help, you got any questions, don't hesitate to come on into Discord. Join us here. You can come on in by going to nbnn.info and using the Discord app. That'll bring you right on into our chat room. We're always in the green room during our show. Why?
Because we're too damn lazy to
downstairs.
move.
That's right. But of course, we're always here throughout the day. You can always type in a question or come in and chat with us. Just hang out. And we're here to help. So don't forget, come join us here in Discord.
That's right.
And of course, gamers taking the fight to breast cancer. Think Pink in the Airy Fund community cause coming up this October. And yes, I finally updated the graphic with the new stuff. We're starting to push the promotions out here. I believe Arius is working on a sign-up sheet for the October streamathons. So anybody interested in that, hit up Arius Coilmore, who also happens to be our next sponsor up there, Coilmore Wands, putting the magic in your hands. Of course, don't forget to listen to Arius tonight in WRFB. Rocks. And check him out. And if you got any special orders, just go ahead and ask. He'll be more than happy to get you taken care of. Shroud Music. Enough said. We'll tell you more about that when we get to the marketplace. The Britannian Mining Company wants you to come on down and join them over in Black Rock Cove. Check out Market Road, where all the vendors have all the stuff you need for your crafting needs. Located in the Quell region, right next to the town of Exeter and the Exeter Mines, for your mining convenience and pleasure. RelicsByRill.com for all your licensed Shrouded Avatar swag. You can get your t-shirts, like t-shirts I wear daily. Hats, you can't get this hat, it's a one-of-a-kind. Patches, you can get those from Relics by Rill. Bumper stickers, like the NBNN I Love This Shit bumper sticker. And much, much more. You can get coffee mugs, beer glasses, shot glasses, hoodies, you name it. Relics by Rill's got it. And if you want to save a little money when you check out, use the promo code NBNN when you check out at relicsbyrill.com, and you'll save 10% when you check out. And of course, last but not least, well, no, that's not right. WRFB. I missed my cue there. Q, what Q? WRFB. Dot rocks. Bringing you all sorts of great programming right here in-game throughout the week. Starting off the week with, of course, the GMC Top 20 tonight. The Deco Divas every Wednesday and Thursday. And, of course, the gals are off for the next week or so due to Dragon Con. Wake Up New Britannia is going to be postponed due to Dragon Con. A lot of postponements over the next 2 weeks while the folks travel to and fro. So, of course, we want them to all have fun doing all that stuff. But meanwhile, you can always listen in on your Ether Vibration Amplifier and catch the latest happenings right here in Shrouded Avatar. And of course, let's get this right this time, last but not least, the Shroud Marketplace, shroudmarketplace.com for all your virtual vendable needs.
That's right. Shroud Marketplace is the place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related. Each and every one of the 62 vendors is a different player who's responsible for maintaining their own inventory, setting their own prices. So sometimes you see different prices on this same item on Shroud Marketplace.
You want
Anything
competitive
and
shopping?
everything.
That's the place to go.
And that is anything from accounts to crafted armors to game gold, crowns of the obsidian. Store credit's been there. If you're looking for some crafted goods, you can find those because you know what? I'm selling teleports and recall scrolls on Shroud Marketplace.
All
So
day,
go visit
every day.
every single day.
Dragon statues.
Absolutely. Way cheaper than you can get on the add-on store, even with a 20% discount. So if you're looking for dragon statues, I've got those for you. If you're looking for some leveling services, you need to contact the two people offering levels.
Is that allowed?
Yes,
Sure
it is.
It is, huh? Oh, I thought they
Yes.
said that.
Services. All
Absolutely.
sorts of services available. here
Cheese
in
sign
Canada.
writing.
Cheese
If you're looking
writing.
if you're looking for
Gotta
someone to
love it.
actually do some cheese sign writing, just like we've got on the NBNN lots with I love this shit. Cheese sign.
Yeah, we gotta go
writing.
show it off because I haven't shown
I
it
know.
off in a while.
Where are you going, Les? Where the hell
I'm
are
going
you
to show off the cheesy writing that we've got
I
here on the
know.
lot.
Elite set.
In runic. You
Nonetheless,
can get
that's
you
right.
can get it in English, runic, any language as long as they can draw it in cheese. These Wolfdom will have Draugr do it.
And cheese and big sausage writing. Only.
Well,
on
no.
NBNN.
The sausage writing was all me.
I know that, but you know,
But
leave it up
it's
to
a
us.
little-
You gotta
little
have
sausage
some
writing.
sausage to go with the cheese
Little
writing,
sausage,
you know.
right?
Yeah. Then from there, don't forget Soda Design Services. If you're looking for Scrota's music service thing and you want Scrota, the wandering bard, to follow you around for an hour playing music, you too can have that. Or if you're looking for an in-game wedding, because who doesn't want to get the in-game hitched?
That's right. You found the love of your virtual life out there in Shroud of the Avatar, and you want to make it official and permanent. And I'll tell you what, we'll even stream it for you. How about that? If you want an underground wedding, you want a beachside wedding, you want a moonlight wedding, you want a bloodletting wedding, you want a streamathon wedding, we got you covered over at Weddings and More by Laz. And of course, if you're looking for a place to rent, I've got inns and rooms available at several locations throughout the world. Look for Laz's Luxury Rentals out there. And of course, if you're looking for a merchant space or living accommodations, we've got you covered as well. Looking for those rare items and all those telethon items, I probably got a copy floating around. Not just weddings, but a whole lot more. Weddings and More by Laz.
Yeah, that's right. Shroud Marketplace, the place to go buy or sell anything and everything Shroud of the Avatar related. Don't forget, if you're wanting to sell your stuff on Shroud Marketplace, you just register for an account. And then on the left-hand side, you just click on vendor registration, type in the name of your virtual store, and then you too can start selling your stuff.
That's right.
Yay.
Yay.
It's actually time for us to thank the most important people around here, and that's you guys. Thank you for watching out on Twitch, YouTube, or listening on Radio Free Britannia.
WRFB. That rocks.
We couldn't do the show without you guys, and we do it for you guys. So thank you.
Thanks for
hanging out
tuning
with
in,
us.
folks. We love having you guys. And again, don't forget, you got something to say, come on in. We invite you to come join us 5 days a week right here on NBNN. We'll be back with more tomorrow. But till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We will see you all tomorrow.
Bye-bye. Why are we still here?
Auf Wiedersehen.